I've been cheating on you, and I need to admit this. Cheating's kind of the wrong word. I've been struggling recently. Struggling with the power of willpower. I've been snacking a fair bit more in the last week or so. And I think I've just gone through a fat phase. My weight's been fluctuating a little bit. I think I just need to hone in a bit more. I think I've become a little bit complacent over the last couple of months because, yeah, don't worry. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to lose weight anyway, right? I think I need to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm eating again. Now, I think this is the evolution of my weight loss journey, because initially when you start taking this jab, you have no choice but to eat what you do or don't want to eat, because the Mounjaro in this case kind of restricts not only your eating volume, but because your body digests slower, you also get the side effects that also trains you what to eat at certain times. So no, you can't eat a very large steak before you go to bed. It might have been the only meal you've eaten that day, but no, that's a lot of food that you're going to sit on and it's going to ferment in your belly. My body reacts differently now to Mounjaro than it did a year ago. At the current moment, I'm taking 7.5 milligrams. I went up to 15, come back down after my gallbladder surgery to 6, and now I've titrated up to 7.5. I'm still struggling with my supplier, but I have about a month's worth of Mounjaro in the fridge that I'm currently stretching. I've got a 15 milligram pen. If I take half a dose, then I've got 2 months worth of stuff. I'm going to be looking for another supplier at this rate because their customer care at MedExpress is fucking horrific. It just goes round in circles. They've clearly got a customer care tree where they could probably solve your normal day-to-day stuff, but when it actually comes to an issue, they can't be bothered. So I'm going to be looking at other suppliers, and I will mention whoever I move to here. And of course, I'll put their link in the description down below. I believe I've already got a couple of suppliers in the description. I might be wrong, but when I do, whoever I do, I'll do a review on those. Anyway, not my point. I think, although the jabs continue to work, they continue to work in a different way to what they did a year ago. I think that's because my body's got used to the GLP-1 being in me. So I need to stop being such a passenger and actually assist with this. So I'm going to start consciously eating a bit more and consciously calorie counting a bit more. I've always hated the idea of calorie counting, but I need to, be a fucking adult about this, because the last thing I want to do is to get complacent, get lazy, and then ruin most of last year's hard work. And I know I can do it, he says, trying to will himself into motivation. I know I can do it because I've done it before, right? And the GLP-1 will help with satiety at the other end. Is there a bit of anxiety and worry about that? Yeah, because how many diets have I been on where I've failed? But this, as I said, this should help lift that concern a little bit, help me, so it's not so much of a heavy backpack. I'm going to be using the meal plan that I offer for free, because I put together a meal plan thingy to help anyone. I'm going to put a QR code here, completely free to download. Just zap it with your phone, or if you're on your phone, there's a link to the thing below. It goes to my blog. I've been doing a blog about GLP-1 for the last 6 months, which is healthy weight loss glp1.com. I just wanted to be honest that it's not all plain sailing a year and a bit in. Because I've been able to snack, I've been snacking. Because I've been away in Birmingham, I've been snacking. Because of my work stress has kind of removed itself, so it's kind of semi-celebrated. But there was still that mindset at points where my brain went, hey, you're done here now. But for whatever reason, I pushed through it. Whilst this time last year, there's no way I would have done. Ironically, I did find that me drinking coffee the last couple of days helped with the satiety wall, where I would have coffee in the morning, and I've not had coffee in the morning for decades. I used to work in security, manned guarding, and I used to have some morning shifts that would be 5:30 in the morning until like 5-6 in the afternoon. I used to do some night shifts where I'd be sat on a building site from 6 in the evening till 7 in the morning. I used to run on coffee. But yeah, the last couple of days I've gone back to, those kind of 3-in-1 sachet things. Yeah, I've been having those, and I found those days, if I listened to my head, instead of running on autopilot, if I listened to my head and my gut this time, I think that maybe that's the difference. Last year, the GLP-1 immediately told my head and my gut, fucking stop. At the moment, it's still telling my head, but it's not an automatic switch anymore. It's very much a voice that you need to listen to. But compared to before taking these jabs at all, there never was that voice. It was just a case of, it's on this plate, I need to clear this plate, or I've ordered that Chinese, so all of that food is mine and I need to eat all of that, otherwise I've wasted it. I'd sit there and I'd graze. So I think what I need to do is make a more conscious choice of what I am eating. It's not that what I'm eating is unhealthy. Well, no, that's a lie. I have been having a little bit more crisps and a little bit more chocolate. I think it's more of a case of I need to actually listen to the sign that says, hey, okay, that was enough now. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because I always promised on this channel that I would be brutally honest with everything. This may not be the best production value in the world. It's me sat on a sofa. Hopefully, I look better without glasses. I'm considering, actually, looking into maybe contact lenses. Does this make me look younger? I'm honestly starting to worry about my age. See, this is where I probably need a therapist. I'm starting to worry more and more about my aging. I went to Birmingham for this conference this week, and it felt like everybody that looked 10 years younger than me, or was easily 10 to 15 years younger than me. I'm starting to worry that all of my youth I'd ruined with my weight, and maybe I'm too fat and too old to find someone now. Well, that's a change in tone, Alan. Sorry, I'm starting to waffle now. Anyway, so meal plan. I'm going to try and dial in what I'm eating a bit more, and I'm going to try and portion stuff properly again, just with a little bit more awareness. I'm not going to try and let the GLP-1 do 80% of the work now. I want it to be a partner and work alongside me rather than me kind of abusing its trust. So, QR code. Tell me if you've had any snacking binges recently. What is your naughty thing that you know you shouldn't really do? Let me know in the comments down below. Mine, as I said, has been chocolate the last couple of days. So if you want to support me, but you don't know what to say, type chocolate. Or if you want to confess, we could be Snackers Anonymous, and you can tell me what snack you struggle with. I'm Alan. I'm losing it with GLP-1. Are you? Boop. Pressing the button. Boop.